Hello again everyone, welcome back to another Drums with Oisín. Today we are going to be answering, I suppose, a question which is constantly asked of us, myself and Ronan down here in drums, and that is, what's the difference between all the metals that snares are made of? I've seen snares made of steel, made of brass, made of copper, made of bronze, made of aluminium, made of titanium. There's a concrete snare, it's not metal, but you know. There's all these different materials and they will all give different tonal characteristics to a drum. Today we're going to address two of the most popular, if not the most popular. I suppose steel would be in there as well. But these two are the ones that I want to concentrate on today. Today we have in front of us Yamaha's Recording Custom, the new Recording Customs designed in conjunction with Steve Gadd, the 14x6.5 aluminium shell, die-cast hoops, the new Yamaha strainer. We have the 13x6.5 brass shell with triple flanged hoops and their brand new strainer. Now, the principal differences are on a sort of a molecular level, a density situation basically. So it's aluminium, typically a less dense material, lighter, well, brass will be a little bit heavier, a little bit more dense material, and these properties, this will give it the specific sort of tonal characteristic that we all know and love, depending on whether you're an aluminium or brass fan or you like both of them. I tend to find that aluminium drums are a little bit drier, a little bit crisper from the outset. You hit an aluminium drum and there's a bit of attack, there's a bit of bite, there's a bit of pop from it. It makes an excellent studio drum for the fact that it is quite a dry, quite a controlled metal. It's not as in your face and unwieldy as steel would be, but it's got a little bit more bark than a lot of wood drums, which would have a sort of a softer attack, I suppose, which is why it's a very popular instrument and material for a snare shell. Then the brass shell, normally you'd see, I suppose everyone plays brass. The Black Beauties are made of brass. Every drum manufacturer will make a kind of a top-of-the-line brass snare drum because as a material it can do almost anything. I wouldn't say it's quite as dry and crisp as aluminium. It does have a very, very strong attack, but more importantly it has the ability to, dependent on the manner in which it's tuned, the manner in which it's skinned up, what skins you have on it, how tight the snares are, it can sound like a huge array of different materials essentially. You could almost argue that a brass shell, when treated correctly, could sound quite similar to an aluminium shell. I still don't believe it has that sort of dryness, that natural dryness, and that little bit of aggression at the front of the note of the attack. But it's a gorgeous drum, it's a gorgeous shell, it's an amazing material. Normally I would suggest that brass would have a little bit longer a tail to it, a little bit longer a decay. But I mean, tonally, in terms of their sort of fundamental pitches, it wouldn't be too dissimilar to aluminium, to bronze. It's quite high in terms of the register. It's quite a dark sort of material though on occasion, especially when nickel plated. It can be a little bit warmer, a little bit darker, which is why the Black Beauty has so much success. Just altogether a very, very versatile material to use. I hope that's gone some way to answering it, and I hope I haven't just tied myself in knots trying to do so. That's kind of my take on it, I guess. I'm sure everyone will have their different ideals and what they like and what they don't, and what they hear from certain materials and what they don't. But yeah, there it is.